Baby, listen, make sure you like this video as you are coming in. Make sure you like it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New. And, honey, I am back in the building. Listen, this time, honey, I am back to talk about Mr. Carlos King. He has went on a Twitter rant. Honey, Carlos is out here crashing out. Honey, say it ain't so, say it ain't so. Okay, is it because Miss Melody Cherie has quit the show and he is afraid of the show's popularity going forward in the future? Okay, a mess. It's a mess. So let's get off into it. Carlos says, listen, I understand I'm the face of black reality production, which is why folks like to lie for sympathy and payola to distract. What? What? Payola? Where is Cardi B at? I ain't heard payola since somebody accused Cardi of using that, child. A mess. What is you talking about? People using sympathy and payola. Say what now? He a hood booger and he messy. Absolutely. That's why I had to quit that job at Love and Marriage Huntsville. He just ain't no good. I got sick and tired of him and my ex trying to use me. Child, Winter been out here making her rounds, talking about her experience with Carlos King. We had Monique Samuels, honey. She went on a few interviews talking about her experience with Carlos King. Melody quit the show. Akeisha and So Gucci, they quit the show at the same time. You know, it's a mess. So the people is out here speculating that Carlos, he don't like to be called out for his mistreatment, honey, of black women's. Okay, during Black Women's, shout out to Jessie Wu, History Month, honey. Okay, a mess. So let's see what the people think about this. So one person says, I am so glad Mel left little dirtbag alone. He is beside himself. Another person says, Carlos has exploited these folks. When Melody showed him that she was not his stereotypical Southern woman, he sought out to take her down. Another person says, Carlos needs to come up with his own ideas and stop stealing black women ideas and concepts. Carlos Queen is the face of chaos, lies, and deceit. Another person says he underestimated Mel. Mel is highly intelligent and she peeped his game. Another person says Love and Marriage Huntsville, he used Mel and Martell's storyline to death. They are divorced and he is still trying to squeeze that storyline. The Scotts, Kimmy and Maurice, have been dead for years with no storyline. Why has he not replaced them? Tisha, all she does is cry and copy and paste, honey. I'm going to add that part. Okay, that part right there. She brings nothing to the show. He should have fired Martell. All he brings to the show is chaos. And confusion. Okay? A mess. Another person says, sometimes when you present class and confidence in yourself, those who lack it tend to hate on you for no apparent reason. Honey, don't I know about it? I just posted something like this in the membership tab. Okay, it was truly disheartening to see so many black women who turned on this woman just because she was strong. And yeah, that's what people will do. Men will do it too, honey. Okay? Don't be no strong, beautiful woman, honey. They can't take it. It's a mess. Another person says, Carlos saw Wanda and Tisha and said, I can play these country bumpkin women and they will think I'm their friend. He's using them dummies. Ooh, child. But yeah, Kempire, he had did a few shows on Carlos, honey. Okay, like he was dragging I know Carlos had to see the videos, honey. Everybody was dragging Carlos' ass every which way but loose. Shout out to the Collider, honey. They did a whole story on Mr. Carlos. It says, unlike Andy Cohen, Carlos King blurs the line between boss and employee. Perhaps Andy Cohen ran so that Carlos King could fly, but Carlos seems to have his sights set on something even bigger than Andy's empire. Andy is comfortable in his leadership role, and although he enjoys the cast of his shows, spilling tea with him, there is a tangible barrier that he doesn't cross. This dynamic works to keep him immune from backlash or being viewed as biased by various reality stars. Carlos's approach is much different. Instead of remaining high when his guests go low, Carlos is known to get down in the dirt with them and share his own opinions. After his recent viral interview with Quad, Dr. Heavenly Kimes accused him of being biased during the interview. Now, this goes back to, season 10. Y'all remember when they dragged poor Quad, honey, and sent her home. Okay? This is a perfect example of the difference between Carlos and Andy. Andy allows the women of several of his shows to do an after show together where they recap the Bravo shows, but the separation between employee and employer is very distinct. Carlos, on the other hand, puts himself in a peer position with his starlets. Do you all agree? So audiences are often confused by his title. Is he production or is he talent? The lines are often blurry, and it could be assumed that Carlos wants to be viewed as both. I told y'all, I really do feel like he wants to be in the mix. Okay, and like I said, I think he does a great job with his interviews with the different celebrities. So he's really good with that, but I just feel like, I don't know. I think he needs to be honest about if he really wants to be in the spotlight. He says his life is off limits, but then he's sharing more about his life. He's outside. We've heard him say that several times since, him and the African broke up. Remember, he was very private and professional about his relationship. And then slowly but surely we began hearing stuff about, him and the African on different, he wasn't like that before. I feel like he really needs to draw the line. He really needs to come out and be honest about, hell, I want to be on the show too. I want to be all up in the mess too. I want to drag folks too. You know what I'm saying? Just come out and tell the people and stop playing in the people's face and stop crashing out, honey, on Twitter. It ain't cute. Now, really quickly, let's get into why I first adored Carlos. I adored him because he produced my favorite reality show of all time, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I used to love me some Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay? I loved it. I loved all the seasons that he produced. And the show did change after he left, So that's, where my love of Carlos came from. But, yeah, I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like he's just trying to do too much. And then I feel like you got to decide, do you want to direct the show, produce, be messy with the cast, you have to treat these people like people, like human beings that you care about, not just, I don't know, I feel like he treats people like they are disposable, and that's why they end up quitting, because it's like being in a relationship with a abusive boyfriend or girlfriend that's taking you for granted, that's taking you through there, so you like, deuces, okay? Let me chuck you to deuces and I'm going to leave because I don't like how I'm being treated. And, that's how it is. And I just feel like this is a time for him, if he's smart, right? And if he's done his spiritual work, this is a time to take the feedback that the universe is trying to give you, which is you got to learn to treat people better.
Okay? Because if this person has a story about you, this person, and a lot of men, they hear this from women all the time, even men that are not gay, like Carlos. But the narcissism is just, it clouds their judgment. So they're not humble enough to hear the feedback. It's, oh, I just didn't like her. Oh, no, you're just a horrible human being. And you don't know how to treat people. Because it's so many people have spoken out on the bad treatment that they have, gotten from you. So you need to humble yourself, take accountability. And I realize, you guys, so many people act like they are allergic to accountability. They want you to take it, though. They want you to be the bigger person. And it does not work like that. You have to be accountable for how badly you treat people. Because treating people badly is always an unnecessary feat. Okay? If you know you're not going to treat somebody good, just say, well, hey, girl, you shouldn't work here. Because this is how we do things. Okay? We down to the first floor. You're not going to get no top floor treatment up over here. Just be honest with people. But no, people like to play in people's faces. They like to lie by omission. Leaving things out, adding things in, confusing people, and saying one thing, we're going to do it like this, turn around, do it. You can't, you never win, honey, when you play dirty, Carlos. Okay, so, yeah. Yeah, it's just, it's really sad. All right, let's see what some people think about all this. One person says, Aikisha had the jaw-dropping departure ever. It was so iconic. It will forever be talked about. Carlos King face was that of a broken glass. What a title. Oh, Lord. Not what a title, what a time. Yeah, she broke it, She put his ass in lowest turns. Turn his ass, honey, every which way but loose, honey. Okay? A mess. It is a mess. Yeah, and that was wrong, in my opinion, for him to invite Selena on there, and then Gucci had that whole peace treaty against her, or restraining order, whatever it was. It was just like, nigga, that is a boundary, nigga, and that's how you're dealing with somebody that may have some type of narcissistic personality disorder. They don't care about boundaries. They don't have any empathy. Okay? That's why they don't admit fault. Because, that way they can keep doing it and doing it again. Okay? A mess. It's just a whole mess. Another person says, Winter, stating that a producer was yelling, get her, popped up in my mind when I saw Marceau say, gather her, and told Mel to take her gathering. These mofos are sick. Yeah, it's, something, to be said about it. Oh, another person brings up, it was Tisha that told Destiny about the limo story. Kimmy asks, how did she know? Tisha admitted to telling her. Yeah, she did. Because, of course, I'm going to act like, yeah, I was coming for Martell. So how did Melody get the stray? Because, bitch, Melody is who you wanted to get at. Her and Destiny. They just figured they put another name on it. Okay, that's hiding your hands. Throwing rocks, hiding your hands. Okay? It's disgusting and deplorable. Another person says, I think Melody could not stand to be on Love and Marriage Huntsville much longer. Why punish yourself day after day? Go on, Mel. Build your dynasty without the noise. Without Carlos. Another person says, I was not a strong fan of Melody, but I have to say that she is a wise woman and I respect her immensely. Leaving this tired group was the best move for her. They are also disappointing, including Carlos. Another person says, I'm glad that Carlos has been called out, but it's no different from Andy. A lot of people have done videos on how Andy treated some of the Real Housewives, which was absolutely appalling, and Andy has been sued a couple of times for mistreatment in the ladies. I think Carlos should be sued. Another person says, I think that Carlos hates black women, but he despises strong black women. He operates as if he has to knock the stronger woman down a peg or two, almost as if he takes on the idea of how dare she be so strong. Let me show her. Honey, that's all the niggas. That ain't just Carlos. I know y'all like, girl, you was crazy. But yeah, some of them, I have noticed that in professional settings and relationships and friendships, and you can just tell that, once you start speaking, it's, oh, she's strong. Oh, I can insult her. Oh, let me disrespect her. And then they get disrespected right the fuck back because the queen don't play that chickadee, okay? You can try it with your mother and with your brother, but not with Miss Robinson. How you doing? Okay, but yeah, you just go around and you treat people with respect, okay? That's what you do. In the words of my mother, you cruising for bruises. She used to tell us that before she whooped our ass, okay? You're cruising for bruising. You remember you be up in church, honey, your mama pinched the shit out of you. You like, mama, look at the preacher, please, okay? Used to go to church with my mother, honey, just embarrassing. She's singing all loud, singing the wrong words to the song. I said, girl, come on now. Honey, I'm spilling all the tea today, honey, yes. But, yeah, it's crazy. This is a mess with Carlos. I really hope that he has some good friends in his ear, like, Carlos, let's have some humility and let's listen to what these women are saying and let's do better in the future. You always have tomorrow to do better, right? To treat people the right way. So do y'all think he will change? Or, do you feel like he gonna keep doing whatever he want to do? Oh, one person says Carlos King lost all objectivity when he became too intimate with Martell and the cast. The producer has to make decisions based on facts. Martell's mental fits for the world to see. And he is still on the show. Not test message. Honey, they dragging Latifah. Not for her saying text message, T-E-X-T, right? Message, test, T-E-S, message, not the test message. Another person says, is Carlos King doing anything different from other reality TV shows? I'm really asking because I'm listening and I'm trying to find the crime. Only Candy has a true grievance, in my opinion. I don't know, child. So another person says, let's be real, being messy is a part of the game. Messiness is what fuels reality TV, and it's exactly what people tune in for. So, child, it's just a mess, honey. The person goes on to say there are plenty of reality shows that operate the same way, yet only certain content creators focus on black producers. Why is that? Carlos King is a dominant force, not just on mainstream television, but also in the digital space. He has every right to expand his YouTube, just like major networks and corporations have done. Why is it a problem when he does it? It almost seems like there are some women who have a personal vendetta against him. Is it because he's GAY or because he's successful? Reality TV is built on controlled chaos. The cast members sign up for this. They sign waivers and contracts that give producers and editors full control over what is presented. Many of these same people actively contribute to the mess themselves because they know it keeps them relevant. Yet instead of holding them accountable, people are trying to villainize Carlos King for simply doing his job. What do y'all think of that, honey? And on that note, honey, Miss Robinson is up out of here. Okay? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out on the next video.